I first lost my religion, which is a very painful process. People ask why I'm so loud about it, and I'm like, because I don't want other teenagers to be lonely. I want them to know there's a bunch of us. And I lost my religion in Roseville, California, with no internet. Pre-internet. The only sign that I had that there were more of me out there was a sticker I found on a telephone pole, a picture of J.R. Bob Dobbs, Church of the Subgenius. It says, sex, drugs, video games, all this and more can be yours. Send $1 to the Subgenius Foundation. You send them $1, they send you more stickers. It's genius. They get how religion works. I love them. I had just lost my religion, like I said, very lonely, and then I met this girl, right? And her name was Amber, and I really liked Amber. Amber was beautiful. The problem was Amber already had a man. His name was Jesus. It was a bizarre love triangle, folks. A bizarre love triangle. I asked Amber if I could walk her to class after lunch one day. She said, sure. Got to her class. I said, hey, can I give you a little kiss? She said, sure. Gave her a kiss. It was beautiful. It was a Brady Bunch moment. And then she said, hey, you want to spend the night with me? Which wasn't nearly as cool as it sounds. Because what she meant was, did I want to go to a lock-in with her? All right, some of you guys know about the lock-in. Some of you grew up in the church. What a lock-in is you go to this place with the church youth group and you're locked in all night. And you try to stay up all night. I was like, sorry, church, this does not compete with watching Monty Python and smoking weed. Like, you don't know what you're up against. This isn't that exciting. I was wrong on some counts, though, because, of course, I agreed to go. And I get there, and they made it pretty fun in a lot of ways. Because the first thing they did was they had us play these icebreaker games, these get-to-know-you games. And they had you lay down, and somebody would put their head on your belly. And she put her head on my belly with her hair spread out across me. I don't know what base that is, but it was heaven. I liked it a lot. Someone put their head on her belly, and you made this whole chain of like pubescent kids putting their heads on each other's bellies around the room. I was like, shit, church, you do know how to compete with MTV. This is fantastic. And then the first person says, ha. And then the second person says, ha, ha. And the third person has to say, ha, ha, ha. And as soon as somebody, with their head being bounced by a belly, laughs for real, you have to start over again. And I was like, keep giggling. This is great. So I pet her hair, and I enjoyed it, and I said, ha. And then that ended, and we played this game, this zoo game, where we all drew pieces of paper, and every piece of paper had the name of an animal on it. And then they turned out the lights. And you had to, just making animal noises, find all the people that had the same animal as you. This game's also known as teenagers feeling each other up in the dark. Moo! That's what zebras say, right? It's like, hallelujah, church is great. I love this. Then they called us all into a circle. It was time to get serious at this lock-in. And the youth group leader, I don't know if you guys have known many youth pastors. For some reason, they're almost all named Ron. And they all say man a lot, so you know that they're really sincere, man. And Ron said to us, listen, man, I know you have questions, and that's okay. It's all right to question. And I'm going to give you an opportunity. What I want you to do is each write a question that maybe you would be afraid to ask normally. Write it on an index card, and I'm going to read the question, and I'm going to give it an honest answer. No judgment. So I was like, hell yeah. I got some questions. I'm over there writing and writing and writing. Everyone's already turned their cards in. And Ron's reading the questions. Will my dog be in heaven? Like, dude, that's a Disney movie. Ain't you seen that? They all will. Stop Stop wasting Ron's time with his bullshit. Ron tells his heartfelt story about this dog that he had. I loved that dog, man. I know that I saw God's light in that dog. So I know that dog will be in heaven. I was like, well, shit, are cows going to be there too? 'Cause if not, I'm going to eat Ron's dog. I wasn't vegan yet. I see Ron pull up this question, and I see him look up. I'm like, oh, shit, that's mine. I said, my biggest problem is faith. Isn't faith dangerous? Doesn't faith just keep us all being the same religion as our parents and basically making religions engage in a breeding war? Ron said, thing is, God is love, right? So if we just love each other, that's God right there. And he moves on to the next question. And I went, that anonymous question you just answered, I have no idea who asked it, but you did not answer it. Ron said, what do you mean I didn't answer it? I said, God is love. That's not an answer. I start engaging Ron. We get into a debate. And I'm taking him on. Proud of it. And then Ron's like, all right, well, enough with questions. I don't know. He had to, get us to play spin the bottle or something to recover from that shit. And as we break up the circle where the questions were being asked, I thought, yeah, I'm going to be a hero because I stood up to the youth pastor and I was able to hold my own. I was pariah. These kids just moved quickly away from me, including Amber. She wanted nothing to do with me. She was embarrassed that she was the one who brought me. People were whispering about her. And she was like, I don't know, he seemed cool. Shit. Go over and try and talk to some people, get the brush off. I look over and there's an office in the weird storefront that we're in. So I go, look around, no one's looking, I help myself to the office. And in that office, there's a telephone. Yes, a line to the outside world. I called my house. I hear my dad answer, sleepy voice. Hello? Hey, Dad, it's me. I need you to come pick me up. Thought you were locked in. I'm busting out. Be out front in 5 minutes. I hang up. Mission Impossible music starts playing. I'm scoping this shit out. How am I going to do this? I didn't really come up with a plan. I let a few minutes pass, and I just started walking towards the doors. I'm walking towards the doors. I'm almost to them, and I hear some kid yell, hey, that kid's leaving. And they all look. I get to the locked doors, and there's still a matter of how am I going to get out. We're locked in. And I reach down, and I unlock the door. See my dad pull up in the minivan, walked right through that door, and I hopped in the car. My dad was still a closet agnostic at that point. But I feel his hand on the back of my neck, and I feel like he's proud of me. Him and I look together, and we see all the kids press up against the windows like a scene out of Dawn of the Dead. While Ron reaches down and relocks that door, man. And as me and my dad are looking at them, I realize something really important, which is you have to really want to believe that you're locked in. Thank you guys so much. Good night.